Good morning, I'm Lynn, and welcome to another episode at Ewetopia Farms. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it is freezing out here today. There she is. She was laying with her stuffed animal when I walked in, but she heard the door click, so she knows right away that means someone's coming with a bottle. So I'll make it up for you right away, sweetheart. You're a really, really good lammy. Yes, you are. Good girl. You're a good girl. Yeah, you're a really good girl. Oh, that was pretty good. That was a pretty clever maneuver. Yeah. Well, she made it through the night, and she is still very lively, got a good appetite, so she should be just fine. In the other pen, I have my other two bottle babies. Hi, you gotta take it without me holding you, honey. We don't know how it happened. We do know that you guys are all... How can anything this friendly not be a champion? Oh, buddies. Oh, you too. You're a champion. Oh, so many friendly rams.
You're in the show. Move a little bit.
So many
There you
friendly
go, hon.
boys.
We'll just cover up those club feet.
Oh, hi. Oh, you're a champion. We think so. We think you're a champion. We do.
So how long should those tails be, Lynn?
Long enough that they can show their pleasure. Oh my goodness. Oh, and you too. You're so nice. How did you get to be so nice? Oh, he's getting carried away.
Oh, now I can look inside the other pen. Buddy, what were you doing? Buddy, over here. Here, buddy. Nobody wants to see that on YouTube.
No. Some people get blocked for that. Oh my goodness. Oh, hi. Oh, you're all so friendly. How could you get to be like this? How did I get to be this way? How?
Well, I get to work. What are you doing, Katie? Katie, what are you doing?
She says she's stuck behind the gate.
Okay, Lynn. It's enough about you.
Look at the tail. Look at his tail.
Are you happy, Lynn?
Okay, Ernie.
Are you happy?
Now it's So this mom and her lamb were the last that I had to tag. We had no lambs last night. So when she goes out, there'll be no more lambs in jugs except for our little guy that was sleeping beside her stuffed animal, but Arnie walked by and woke her up. But now we're off to the coveralls. Okay, we got the releasing of the boys. They're all out. You guys missed the gate, you silly girls. You gotta follow the crowd. And you missed the gate. So they follow the Shetland back in. Blue skies and freezing temperatures today. How does it go from scorching hot to freezing cold so quickly? The boys are all laying down right now, but I'm going to open their gate. That'll get them riled up. As I thought, it's a stampede. It was a stampede. Now they gotta be polite and get through the little gate there. Now the next gate, 3 gates they gotta go through to get to this paddock. So this field is at the back of our main barn. So this is where the breeding groups are with the 2 new rams. And this is where the lambing barn is, behind me here. And these guys are out back. Their own private field. Away from all the ewes.
Last place.
Oh, I thought it was number 3.
Nope.
It's Killer.
Last place for Killer.
Oh, Killer, you're a beauty.
Last place.
One interesting thing was that when I said, how do you choose between those massive big ones and the smaller, stockier, meatier ones like we breed for? And the response from a lot of breeders and judges was that they pick for type and breed standard. And my question remains, what is that? Because you see this type, which is very similar to the British type, although a lot of the British people would say that he's way too tall. And then you have the more American showy type, and I say American and British just as to make an example, because that is a more common type in those countries, which are really, really tall. And so when you have the exact same breed in all different sizes, I've searched through breed standards and I see about coloration and posture, obviously, and head and ears. Hi, Killer, you're beautiful. Yes, you're just beautiful. I know you are. And there's nothing that says anything about height. And it's funny because one of the criticisms on our Dorset ewes from the judge in the last show was that their necks could be more elongated. Now, if you talk to the people in the UK, they'll tell you that Dorsets are supposed to have really short necks, like Killer here has. So, my question remains, how do you judge between the two or the various styles of sheep that we have nowadays in the world, regardless of what country you're in? Killer, did you really want to come in the house? Well, at least he's not shy.
And what does weight have anything to do with conformation? When my sheep is too thin or too fat?
Well,
What does that do with conformation?
no, it doesn't. It should be about confirmation, but
No, not
hi,
the
buddy.
house. You're not a house sheep.
Are you wanting to come in? I would invite you in. I would invite you in. I don't see anything wrong with that. Did he? Maybe he used to come in here as a child when I had them all running in here. Anyway, Arnie's practicing walking him. I was just getting my video set up for tonight.
Well, I figured every little bit of walking might get him off that last place. Maybe he'll be second last.
So the reason, the biggest fault that the judge said our sheep had, which I will agree with, is their pasterns. Now, as you recall, Killer here was our fastest growing ram, and when you're getting that kind of weight and trying to develop bone structure at the same time, the weight is pressing down on your pasterns, which can cause them to lean down a bit. But this is my curiosity again, because if you can hold him still and we can look at his pasterns, this is why Killer went to the bottom of the class. Hold him still right there. So I'm going to go sideways so you can see. See how his toes come forward? Now, what they want is the leg bone to come straight down and not have like a foot, like a human has a foot where the toes stick out. And see how his bend forward a little bit? That's considered a fault. It's considered to be low on your pasterns. But I do my research on the breeds, and we've got heavy British influence in our sheep, and I have looked at all the British champion rams there, and they all have feet like that. And I have seen sheep where they're down on their pasterns. If you hold them still, I'm going to show his dew claws. So right here is his little dew claw. And it's hard to see because he's got wool there, and I should chop it away. But he has hair there, but the dew claws are way up there. And to me, if you're off down on your pasterns, those dew claws are touching the ground. And he really can't walk properly. But all of our sheep, their dew claws are way up in the air. So I guess my question is, and I'm curious about it, is does he have a genetic fault and he has bad pasterns? Or does he have a fault that he was too fast a grower and maybe pushed his feet out a little bit? Or is this the British style? Like they have different size, like different shape of foot? Because he's not flat, and we've been having sheep for years and years, and they say if your sheep have bad feet, they can't walk in the fields and they're gonna have a short life and stuff like that. And
pretty good right there.
We've never ever experienced anything like that. Like they all can walk perfectly. In fact, I know when Arnie shows you clipping toenails, our Suffolks have the best feet because they have those big, we call them club feet. They're big round feet. And I don't know, is it a breed difference that has been bred into the British sheep, or is that a fault? But that's what we get knocked for. And I guess I do agree that they're not up on their tippy toes the way that those big tall sheep are, and our Dorsets are up on their tippy toes, but they're lighter frame sheep. So I agree, but I'm curious about it. Do I see it as a problem? If I was getting crippled sheep, I would. I've never seen a crippled sheep here. I mean, sheep don't have a long enough lifespan to ever become a crippled sheep that I see. Anyway, I mean, if the dew claws were touching the ground, it would be a call to me. But then again, when you get put to the bottom of the class because two of your feet are a little lower on the pastern.
Don't say that.
Is that 100% of his score, or does he not get score for body mass, muscle growth, breed standard head, good ears, good back, good loin? I mean, surely to God, those have value too. It shouldn't be that one little item makes you so terrible. But I don't know. Anyway.
Okay.
That's all about him. What are you doing?
I'm taking the shortcut.
You're not taking the shortcut. See, I spent actually the day, because it was cooler, I thought, you know what? Arnie can feed the lamb. I'm going to clean the house today. So I vacuumed and I dusted and I got the cobwebs going. And this is what, and Arnie will come in the house and say, God, this house is like a barn. It's so dirty. And then this is what he does.
Oh, he wants a beer.
Well,
Hey, Bob, let's go.
hi, sweetheart. But he doesn't need training, Arnie. Mine is the one that needs training. This guy likes to walk on a leash. Bye, sweetheart.
We're leaving now.
Okay, so now we have Kodiak. Another,
He's even
otherwise
smaller.
called number 3.
But see, he doesn't have as much spread on his feet, eh?
Yes, he has extremely wide spread, but
Oh, I said in the hooves.
well, now Kodiak. That's why he did better, because you see, he's much better on his pasterns. He's standing more on his tippy toes. Actually, he's got extremely good legs.
But how come he's not 44 inches high? Like,
Arnie.
would this be called a dwarf?
Yes, he's a dwarf.
Is this a dwarf?
But he's got extremely good legs. He's up on his tippy toes. He's got really good pasture, so he does good in the show. You're just missing some height, but you're actually gorgeous, aren't you, honey? Because you're from Glad. You're from Glad. And how can you be anything but gorgeous from Glad? Eh? Oh, you are a beauty. I don't know why you're here on a deck. You don't understand that part. But you're really nice.
Okay.
It's my guy that's the hard one. He's pernickety. I always get the one that's the hardest at the show.
Don't jump. Don't jump. Hey, I can see they don't like that, eh?
Okay, so here's Klondike. He's come to visit us at the deck now. Arnie's doing a little the parade of the Rams this afternoon, I can see.
Now let's talk about a little history with this guy. Bottom of class,
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he's bottom
No, he was second.
and he didn't have enough neck. I always understood Dorsets are supposed to have a short neck, but the guy said he didn't have enough neck, and he was too fleshy. You want to have more starving, no meat to him. It was a little too fleshy, he said.
Okay, Arnie's kind of being a little drama here.
Yeah.
Because the last place was my guy, not this guy. This guy was the second of our Rams. But he did say that he didn't have a long enough neck, which struck me as funny, because I think Dorsets are supposed to have short necks, and
I can't get any longer.
I'm sure that British people would say that his neck is way too long. So I mean, where are the standards? Like I am a total believer in standards, and I love to have them, but there are no standards anymore. We've become a world where we're crossing sheep with the same title, like Dorset or Suffolk, and every country has kind of adapted the breed to their own country and bred it a little differently, which was fine when we were all independent countries, but now it's a world economy and we all have bloodlines from all over the world, and now standard, I don't know what it is anymore, because they're blended so much.
Too fleshy.
Well, he is a little fleshy. Look at that wobble.
Too fleshy. And we gotta get at least another 12 inches on the neck. We want to have the
Okay, so
The next guy,
no, Arnie.
the next-
No, Arnie.
the next-
No, Arnie.
Let me speak.
I won't.
The next person that buys a ram from Ewetopia Farms gets a Sky for free. Don't hear that. Because he doesn't have enough neck, and he's a little too fleshy. And we don't want our little lambs to end up to be meat lambs, do we? We want them to be little ponies.
Okay, so now Arnie is taking it to an issue.
He doesn't even look good, does he?
He's a beauty. But anyway, he has really good feet.
What's with the eyeliner?
That's a. So this is Klondike. You'll all remember him as maybe number 9 when he was a little baby. We used to watch him. He's grown into a kind of a hunky ram. But
I will say I would like to make his feet sharper.
well, his front feet are good, I think.
No, you see, he can be sharper on the
Yeah,
feet.
he could be.
Yeah.
But I like my guy the best, and I don't know what he didn't like about my guy. Actually. Now Arnie's ringing the doorbell. Oh, hi, Cash. This is the guy I think is the best of our Dorset Rams. Yes, he's the best one by far. For the life of me, I cannot figure out what his fault is.
And we improved the neck a little bit. It's an inch longer, so it's not a short neck anymore.
But what's his fault? I thought he was gonna win. When I hear the faults in the other sheep, I can listen to them and I understand them and I get it. But Cash here I really don't get, and all I can do is blame myself because I'm not a professional showman and I have a difficult time with them in the show ring. So I'm thinking if I get someone else to show him, he'll do much better because he's right on his tippy toes. He's got a straight back, he's wide, he's got good legs, he's got good Dorset character. He's got wool where he's supposed to and no wool where he's not. He's got a wide muzzle and short upward pointing ears. He doesn't have wool all over his face. I cannot find what's wrong with him.
I think you have to stretch his neck.
No, Arnie, stop it.
He's got no neck, and he's a little flashy.
He's not. You're lovely. I just don't see anything wrong with you, buddy.
Does he have the right Dorset head?
Yes, he does. The ears are right. The wool is right.
So what was wrong with him?
The toes are right. The spread is right.
He
the
wasn't 44 inches.
The back is right. Okay, Arnie. Arnie can't be realistic here.
I'm thinking they consider this a lamb. Like a month old.
It is a lamb.
I think he needs a little bit of trimming. I'm going to check his feet.
Yeah. But just don't over trim them because you don't want them limping. Oh, sweetheart. But he's my favorite. Yeah.
Looks like it should be trimmed.
Maybe give him a little trim. Just take the tips off, but don't let it bleed because we don't want him limping.
Well, does he have a good spread on it?
Yeah, really good spread.
That could be a bad lamb in there.
And good length on him. And no dippy back. I mean, when he's stressed out, he'll arch his back, but he's got a really good back. I really, honestly, people, I know everybody likes to think their sheep are the best, but I do understand the faults in the others, and he's got good testicles, too. I really don't know what's wrong with him.
I'm thinking they thought they were lambs.
I'm thinking that it was my fault. I just didn't show him well enough or something. Although he was pretty well behaved with me. I don't know. I'm confused. Cash is the one I'm most confused with, actually. Actually, and Kryptonite I thought should have done better too. Now it's raining. Just bring him in the house for a second and we'll have a coffee with him.
You'll probably end up having a dump.
What do you care, Arnie? I just cleaned the house. It's a rare thing. I cleaned the house. So today's the day Arnie wants to bring sheep in the house.
Calm down, buddy.
Well, Matt.
Oh, he's upset. Because he didn't place very good, eh? So, you might just go for meat now.
Arnie, stop it.
He didn't place very well.
He's my favorite by far. Well, the sun is going down and we're shutting the barns down for the night. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow for the next episode at Ewetopia Farms. And hopefully this video won't take 20 hours to upload like the last one did. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye for now.